They're going ready. No time for predictions, I'm afraid. And Fazz and
2-0, so there's my prediction.
okay. Toxicity, here we go. Fazz just jumping straight towards this Mega off the bat. So tell me about this start spawns here.
Yeah, pretty good for Fazz. This is one of the better spawns he can get. He's actually just needs to get on the rail now. He's heading over that way. It's actually really good for Pavel to use his gun advantage. But yeah, I don't know about rusking for this LG. That could have ended a lot worse, and it still didn't end great for him. But he can be safe in the knowledge that Fazz doesn't have LG, so he's gonna doesn't have rail rather. So he's actually pushed in with LG anyway. Oh, an excellent play. I mean, he sort of caught. I'm going to call him Pavel. He caught Pavel pretty unaware there, but he did manage to get into Mega, which was quite good by Pavel, and that's all because sort of Fazz waited around trying to go get the rail, which was probably the right thing to do, but it obviously backfired anyway. So yeah, and he could be able to kill Pavel anyway, so as long as he waits here, oh no, that's a bad mistake to drop. He should have just waited there. So yeah, no, but Pavel didn't attack. See, that would have never happened if he had waited up there. He should have waited there, spammed a few rockets, and when he comes, and then got the red for free. But yeah, he made a mistake, so.
Yeah, I want to call him Pavel too as well, but I don't know what to do. But either way, Mega spawning here, and Fazz is going to catch the end of kook's jump over there, as he does just pin him in there. That's a lot of damage, Fazz. Really, that was efficient right there, efficient damage dealing. He's not very healthy though, he's got 100. He's going to drop onto the red, but Pavel is weaker, or kook is weaker, and trying to finish him off with the last remaining rockets. He's just got one left, and that's all he needs. And Fazz is 2 up right now, a minute and a half left, and he needs to try to stabilize. But why he catches kook? I mean, kook just completely did not realize that Fazz was just waiting there with the rockets. You can see he's just jumped on it. He's not looking the right way, and Fazz now has such a strong opportunity on this Mega until those rockets hit him, and now everything's turned on its head.
That was a terrible idea for Fazz to go for a rail there. Even if he had a hit, I don't think kook would have died. So what he should have done was just wait there and then grab Mega, then move red. Rather than that, he dropped down, then that enabled sort of Pavel to come back, which would, and still have the high position, which enabled him to actually win the Mega. So that was a big mistake by Fazz, and that's probably the second mistake that he's made. So interesting to see how that goes. He's got to get into position for red, which he should be able to do.
Missing 3 rails in a row
actually
there.
plus back rail a lot here, so yeah, he's going for the red now, which is good because even if he dies now, he's still got the red. Just wants to hit one shot, be really good before he dies, which he does do, so it's about as good as it's going to get for him.
Yeah, I think he missed like 7 in a row there or something insane. Quite ridiculous, but let's see if he can turn
those shots are never easy when you sort of plus back and you know that if you miss, then they're coming. So yeah, it's difficult to hit those shots.
Some good use of the lightning gun there around the corners. Consistent damage. Kook, every time he peeks out, is going to take the damage. Finally times it well, and Fazz gets caught with nasty rockets as he picks up the red armor. Trying to escape the acid there. Not going to happen. Kook is going to finish him off, and with the Mega spawning in a few seconds, Fazz isn't really going to be able to do much. But as I say that, Fazz with perfect timing to the millisecond manages to catch him with a rocket just before he takes the Mega. Now look at Fazz's stack, it's absolutely humongous now as Fazz tries to secure the red armor, but he's being bounced around by himself as well. But catching Kook with very good LG there, really nice dodging to try to minimize damage, and Fazz is already back in this, so 5-4 now.
It's interesting to note that 2 fights out of 2 above the red. Fazz has chosen to drop first for red rather than just wait, and that's both times have ended up with him actually being owned from above. So where he is right now is optimal. He should look for a spawn frag or 2 right now and then head over to red. So instead of just rush red, which is fine as well, obviously. So as long as he gets out of here without taking too much damage, so he'll probably switch back to LG there. I don't know why he went for a rail, but he should be able to pin Pavel in that side.
Fazz out teleporter. Mega's not for a while, but his positioning is not going to work out super well right now for this fight in particular. Wow, did he mean to? I don't know if.
No, he didn't. He didn't mean to go through there, but he did, and it sort of straightened up his cursor.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's the most interesting frags I've ever seen.
I've never seen that before. That was like the timing of that is pretty precise. That's like the luckiest. Yeah. That's the luckiest thing of today for sure. And Fazz gonna capitalize. He manages to catch back-to-back frags. You can see he's still very, very clean with these kills as well. He's got so much armor left over, and that's always a massive danger on toxicity. This is, of course, the pick of Fazz. He chose toxicity, and you can see, he felt like he had an advantage here over Pavel, and he is a great toxicity player, and he hasn't been hitting the most shots in the world, but you can see that overall things are going well. He's going to be challenging here for this mega health, but can he do it? He's kind of... Oh, these rockets from kook. Oh, they could be so crucial, but he misses them, and Fazz is left to be able to at least rail him before he dies, so now he can get aggressive if he wants to.
Yeah, I think on this map, you don't really need to have that dominating, you know, 100, 200, 200 stack. You only need to have 100, 100 as long as you have the LG and all the guns. Specifically LG, you'll be right off spawn, so he should wait here. He should have waited a little bit longer, and then they can spawn right there when you come through. But that's just one of the spawn frags on this map. So Fazz is now in not a great position. He just needs to grab these 5s, and then... See, this is what I was talking about before, where he came out 1 second before the red was actually going to come up. So if he had waited there for a split second longer, he wouldn't have taken that rail, and he would have been able to move in and get the red for free. Or if he took the rail, Pavel wouldn't have had another shot at him, which he had a shot that could have killed him, but he just missed it. So this is good by Fazz to take the high position here, but he shouldn't have jumped across, really. He could have just waited where he was, like where he is now. If he was waiting here when Pavel did that risky jump move, then he just would have died. So...
Oh my god, he's
Slight
playing
mistake.
fire there right there. 2 health goes as low as. And there's not much, I mean 10 seconds for the mega, so Fazz is trying to just, he's like in that position where he's just constantly waiting to hear where his opponent is and then reposition himself as opposed to being able to try to get a position on mega or something.
Exactly how you want to play. I mean, right now he's died, but as long as he doesn't, he's sort of slowed down. I probably wouldn't have wanted. Oh, I didn't realize that Kook was that low. I was going to say otherwise you probably wouldn't want to go for that rail because as you saw, Kook will charge in with LG and kill him. But this is actually not so bad for Fazz now that he should be able to get another gun and then sort of slow down the game, which is exactly what he wants. You know, 8 frags in 3 minutes, 10, 20 seconds. It's still not easy even on this map. So this is perfect. He's playing perfectly right now. He just needs to sort of do some more damage on red. I wouldn't go for it. I just want to do some damage on it. Oh, unless Kook... Yeah. So you got to know Kook's coming for it. So if he had backed off, he wouldn't have taken any damage there and he wouldn't have died. So he could have got 2 free rails. But instead he decided that he wanted to go for it, then realized Kook was there, and that's how he died. So it's probably another mistake.
And Kook with great positioning on megas. Wow, okay, from below, Fazz catching Kook off guard, and me as well. I didn't notice that he was below when I was on Kook's perspective as well. So there you go, Kook there off the spawn with that LG pickup, and Fazz is going to get the kill and the red armor very, very close in succession. So Fazz is now, if he can get next, oh, okay, taking that's really important to deal that damage right there. Pavel's going to be softening him up. So even if he gets this yellow, he's still assaultable. But look at that beautiful rail there in the distance as Fazz steals away this next yellow. That's such a huge rail as well. I mean, look at his stack now. I mean, he can just like a good railing from Kook there, but he's got to follow it up with something else.
Fazz is doing the excellent thing there, not going through the teleporter. Okay, and that was a spec. So like I was saying before, how he doesn't want to show himself too early. So there was Mega was up in 5 seconds. If he comes through the teleporter, or he sort of, you know, goes for some shot of some kind, then that'll enable Kook to maybe hit a shot, and then he'll be able to be pushed away from the mega. Whereas he waited there for 5 seconds, and then not only did he manage to hit a nice rocket from below, but at worst case scenario, Pavel will have to jump for the mega, and you'll be down there to maybe LG pin him, and then go through the teleporter and get away. So you don't want to come out too early, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's certainly, and I mean, I'm really happy with Fazz's like his shape generally. I mean, usually he's a player where like, you're going to say, you know, he's great at decision making. He's got kind of his own flair and his own take to the game in many situations. But generally, his execution seemed pretty spot on. I mean, there's only like 1 or 2 points where it's looked a little bit shaky with some of the rails. But overall, I mean, his execution is looking good. And so soon after, you know, some config changes as well, it's quite confident to, you know, or rather it fills me with confidence to see something like that from Fazz. So going into the next map now, Furious Heights, this should be Pavel's best opportunity against Fazz, I think, in this series to try to take him down. So Fazz already readying up here, and any words you want to say?
Just on the last thing you said, Quake. Yeah, Quake is quite an interesting game where if you're feeling good, then that's a really good step in the right direction. For example, if you're going into a game and your config's not feeling amazing, you feel like you're slipping or like your movement's bad, then you're not going to play to your best, obviously. But yeah, so if Fazz is feeling nice and he feels confident and he knows his game, which is really important as well, to know your limitations, know what shots you can go for, what sort of damage you can do, and that's really, really important. Whereas if you're not at your best, then you sometimes will miss shots that you thought you could get, and then that's when you get in a lot of trouble. So yeah, that's really important. And I'd say Fazz, like I said, would probably win this one. mean, the pings are pretty good, so that's obviously a really good bonus because I hate games that are unfair.
Yeah.
But, yep, so this is good.
It is a really good point, actually, talking about kind of the emotional aspect of the game, because I guess,
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of games where, well, this is such a fast-paced game that it's all about the subconscious, really. It's all about like things happening in milliseconds that the conscious brain can't sit there and think I'm going to hit this rail now, and no, it's all like subconscious and so on. So definitely, all these things have such a huge influence, a huge impact on how you play. Like it's almost can be a self-fulfilling prophecy sometimes. If you feel like you're going to win versus you feel like you're going to lose. Like if you feel like you're going to lose, you're going to lose most certainly. So
probably So this map will be, I think this one probably does, like you said, favor, I wouldn't say favor, but it's closer than what maybe Toxicity would have been in like the level on each map. So probably should see kook put up a better show on this one, and we'll follow whoever you're following off spawn, I guess. So I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, here we go. We're getting live into the match. Fazz already showing how good he is on Toxicity. Can he do it on Furious Heights? Here we have Fazz off the spawn. A ridiculous situation off the spawn. I don't even, can you explain that? For everyone.
Not a great spawn. Kind of one of those ones where it can end in weird situations, and kook did make the worst of it by dropping down for rockets. It's like, I don't know what he thought he was doing. He obviously saw Fazz go for the yellow, so maybe what he could have done was just hold the high ground, maybe go get LG, then come back for rockets, and be in like a position where you had 200 health and no armor, and he had like 200 armor and no health. 100 health. But he did make it worse, where he's probably not going to be able to get anything. He'd be better off just going for the yellow. I mean, he doesn't want to take a rail right now. So yeah, grab the yellow, grab the rail, and then I wouldn't say try to defend the red, but definitely get in a position where you can work out when the red is, where Fazz is, and sort of when he picks it up.
And here we have Fazz running around 200, and he does spot kook, but he's in no rush in particular to kind of convert on this massive stack that he has, but really is something he's going to be looking forward to do so soon. And what is really the best way to play this in Fazz's position? Here he does manage to catch kook here, so that's always going to be good if you can catch your opponent trying to get some sneaky shots on you. And Fazz, I mean, if he trades equally, that's going to be a massively positive result for him, massively negative for kook there. But what is the best way for Fazz to catch him in this situation?
I think a lot of players will try to move too much. If you stand still, so if Fazz was somehow in the rocket launcher right now, he'd get the frag. Whereas if he jumps consistently jumping around the map, you're never going to really get a frag versus a quality opponent, because the game is structured in a way that it's so hard to actually, rush a guy and actually be able to pull it off if they know that where you are. So really, he shouldn't really be going for shots right now, kook that is, and now he's in a lot of trouble. So Fazz he hasn't really played amazingly. He's just gone with what the right thing was to do, and kook's made the mistakes. So he's probably should be able to move in for a frag soon enough, as long as he gets this mega. I mean, kook's now playing much better where he's in positions where he doesn't expect Fazz to be, but he's moving around a little too much, I'd say. When you're out of control, you don't want to be running around too much.
Wow, great vertical rail there. Looking for the second, he won't find it. Now he's kind of out of position for red. He's got to get over there really quickly if he doesn't want to burn his advantage too much here. And there you can see kook actually does want to go for that. And usually Pavel or kook tends to be quite good at just hiding and just kind of building up on yellows and only showing himself when he can try to win a situation. That's usually what he tends to do. But Fazz is, he's very good actually at catching people typically. He's good at reading the situation. And there he does see kook railing him, and he's going to just go back over to the red. So it's really just a very standard cycling game for Fazz, as you say. And he's not doing anything too risky. He's just playing it kind of in a stable fashion, doing a bit of damage here and there. And I'm just going to quickly check out kook's stack. He's on 83 armor, so that means that Fazz has been doing a good job, but soon he's going to need to land some more damage to keep kook down.
I'd like to see kook sort of stand still a little bit more, like what he's doing now, where you're really tough to kill when you're standing in such positions. Whereas before, he was definitely moving a bit too much. So down the bottom of the LG, where he almost got caught, he was just making too much noise. I mean, he has done excellently well here to grab the mega, the red rather. So if he can just get to the YA, it would be perfect, which he should be able to. Perfect. So he'll grab this, grab the rail, grab the rocket ammo, which is really important as well, and then perhaps do some... Okay, didn't want to go high. I think high would have been better, because you're in that strong position near the grenades, which quite often you like to say Tox likes to hide in, because it's quite a strong position. So now he's in no man's land, where he can't go for the red, but he also can't go for the mega. So, okay, this is going to work well now that he's hit the shot, though. So he should be able to get the mega, unless Faz decides to do something really daring and attack. So, yeah, Kook should be able to just go grab the mega, but he seems a little scared, and yeah, it's not going to pay off for him. As long as he hits a shot here, can't go for another shot. He can't go for that. That's not very good play. Especially now. That's like mistake 101. Like, yeah, that's bad.
And now after that next rail, Faz knows he can just go nuts and go for this. But Faz has been showing some really strong movement, I've been noticing. Like his movement's very, very fluid, very deliberate and very strong. And it's always very clear exactly where he's going. And there you go, he catches Kook finally in his path. That's 1-0. It took him 5 minutes to get there. He was very calm, very steady about it. And I mean, sometimes I feel like players also, they feel like very pressured when you get to the 200-200 stack. You feel pressured in trying to make a frag and so on, even if it's a tight game. But you can see that Faz was just so confident in his control and that he was able to read his opponent, that he was able to get the damage like relatively consistently. That Kook was never really able to strongly challenge anything in particular. And as soon as he would make a mistake, Faz is there to be able to in a good positions to capitalize. So strong play.
I blame Kook's death on a mistake that a lot of players will make, is that they think because they've hit a shot or they've got them trapped in a way, that it's okay if both players hit a shot. Nice rockets by Kook though. And he actually managed to tie it up.
One
That's
health.
really quite excellent rocket work. And really a terrible rush from Faz. He kind of deserved that for trying to just rush through with LG like that. So if he just goes to the 50 bubble here and then manages to pin Faz, which he has, I'd be happy with that damage if I was Kook. Just backed off, get the red, get the yellow, and then move from there. Oh, Faz is pushing in. Yeah, not a good idea. He just didn't have the right guns, didn't have the good position or enough health. So that's really good by Kook. And what I was saying before was about going for that shot. It just wasn't worth it, because if both players got hit, which is what happened, then one player comes out decisively on top, and that was Faz, especially because he hit another shot on top of that. So it was just stupid. You got to think about that. It's just not a good shot to go for. If you can't afford to take the hit, don't go for the shot. End of story.
Yeah, I mean, there's often that concept of redundant damage.
Yeah,
deal that doesn't actually do anything, and to the guy who's in control. And here's another fight over at the red, and Faz is actually able to stand his ground, stand firmly with the lightning gun, and actually win that fight. And now he's kind of got Kook trapped in the corner, but Faz doesn't really have the health to be messing around too much, and that's the reason. Great mid-air rocket there from Kook as he manages to just take Faz straight out the air, and now he even gets a conversion off the spawn. So Faz is now in a lot of trouble, 2 frags behind, but he's got that choke point under lock and key. However, Mega is soon to spawn, so he's got to get himself over there as well. I wouldn't like it if Faz gives us up for free, and kind of... Okay, here comes the damage in from Faz, a little bit late, but I don't know. What do you think about that situation?
I don't like Faz coming for that. I mean, he didn't know that Pavel didn't have any rockets, so he could have been walking into a rocket in his face. As it was, he walked into an LG in his face, but he's just got to hold out for this red, and that's terrible positioning by Pavel. He got behind the pillar when he needed to be on the one side of the pillar so that Faz couldn't drop, but because he didn't have as much health as what Faz has. So if he was to the right or to the left, then he would have killed Faz in midair. So just slight positioning can make a lot of difference in this game, and obviously it did there. I don't know if Pavel should go for this mega. Okay, he can now because he's pushed Faz away. This is perfect actually for him. Grab the mega, go to the grenade launcher is where he should go. And if he's up there, he's in a strong position. So let's see if he wants to head that way. Okay, he didn't want to. Could work out anyway. But I think the grenade launcher was the perfect spot to be, because if Faz comes from rail that way, then he's going to die. And if he's down at the red armor, he'll hear him. A lot of good things can come from going to the grenades.
Oh, Faz does miss that rail.
Nice play by Kook there though. It's just how you got to play. Solid, slow. Don't take too many risks. If you take a risk like what Faz did there, then quite often you can die. And unlucky that he missed the midi there. Probably would have got that on lower ping, but anyway.
Yeah, most certainly. So 86 health for Kook. He's going to pick up the mega as well. He's in very, very strong shape with a 4 frag lead. Faz can definitely do this still, but he's got to be pretty nuts. He's got to hit the shots that he's been hitting like today, and that kind of is reminiscent of those as he now goes with the LG engagement. He's got Pavel down to 35 health, and he does finish it off with a rail. And it's going to be plays like that. The desperation is quite high for Faz here, and he does make the frag. And actually, Kook going to drop down with the lightning gun, and Faz with no health left, but 16 on Kook. He's going to go down. So tough. He's going to go aggressive though.
I don't know what Pavel was thinking there when he was down at yellow and he went for shots. Again, it was exactly the same mistake he's made 2, 3 or 4 minutes early. You couldn't afford to be hit there. If he gets hit there, he can lose. If he gets the yellow and only takes one shot on the way out, then he can't lose because he's going to have so much stack, he'll be able to defend the red, go to the yellow, and win from there. Whereas he went for a shot and then he got hit, and then he got hit again, and then he doesn't have as much stack as Fazz. Okay, he still managed to get the frag because Fazz was he didn't have enough guns, or he missed a shot, or he was slightly out of position, but it was just a mistake from Kook to go for... I mean, what's he running around the map for? Just sit at the grenade launcher right now. A minute to go, this is how you're going to lose. But he's won anyway, but again, it's just not taking the safe way out. I'd prefer to see him take the safe option.
So 4-9, or rather 9-4 for Kook there, tying up the series 1-1. That means we'll go to a decider map there. Of course, the first map, Toxicity, being won by our Swedish hero, Fazz. And it's going to be interesting now because it really felt like Fazz had the control. The first 5 minutes, he made the frag. He looked like he had the map. Everything felt like it was about Fazz. And then all of a sudden, with a lot of crazy engagements, Pavel kind of turned it all on its head. But I can't... Okay, is it Sinister? Okay, Sinister is the last map here. So I actually have no idea what to expect here. Typically, I expect Fazz to have the edge on newer maps because he's one of those players who's good at kind of figuring things out very quickly. But it's been out for a while now, so Pavel should have had enough time to get a really strong gameplay on this as well. So it's very hard to predict this. I'm very interested to see how this is going to go. So it's getting live. This is the deciding map. The winner will play against Ash in the grand final of today, the 6th Sunday Cup of the full season. And here it is. Fazz going to pick up that red armor, drop down. It's got a rail in his butt as well as an LG. So Fazz picking up another yellow. He's in decent shape. He's got some good weapons behind him. This could help him win this mega. But look at that abuse there coming in from Pavel. Great plays there with the rail. That's exactly what he needs to do to get the advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly what Pavel should have done in the last game versus, was he playing Gainon, where he had the rail, but he didn't want to use his rail to his advantage at the early game, which is exactly what he did there. He managed to hit 2 rails, and now he's going to be able to get Mega and even attack Fazz on his yellow. So Fazz is now in a lot of trouble, and that was all because Pavel used the gun that he had and Fazz didn't to his advantage. So weapon advantage is quite a key factor that a lot of people don't really think about.
Most certainly. So Fazz now is just lurking. He hasn't got much armor to work with. The red is up on the spot. He's not really in a position to take it. Was just taken by Kook. And Fazz is thinking not about taking this next mega, but trying to get a time and position himself around it so maybe he can get some damage in. But the thing is not to be too predictable in that effort. And he will take away the yellow and perhaps see roughly when the mega is taken. So Fazz is just playing the outskirts of the map here, trying to look for long-range shots, trying to avoid Pavel. Pavel can try to predict this because he knows, oh my god, what a rail was. That was brilliant there from Fazz. A jump through the bars there.
Yeah, I think that was a spam rail. He didn't exactly aim that as such. He sort of jumped and then shot at the last second. So it was excellent rail anyway. But you see if he goes for another one, which is actually quite a good play, because when you get to this 100-100 stack, you can't really afford to take a shot, but you can afford to sort of go for a shot, especially if they don't know where you are. So he heard the mega pick up, so this is all really doing... Fazz has done really great out of control here, and he's actually trying to get a red. He can actually come through because he would have pushed him off. Yeah, he did. That's excellent. I mean, he didn't think that he had, but he sort of might have had a hunch.
That was awesome.
So this is really well played by Fazz, and he's actually got himself into a really good stack and position.
That was really nice by Fazz. An opportunity not wasted there. He does catch Pavel with some good damage as well. Kook is scurrying around at that yellow, but Fazz's position over at this mega side, and that failed rocket jump is going to actually leave Fazz kind of a little bit wary now as his stack is a bit low. But he does catch Kook with another rail as he tries to go for that red, and missing the key shots there, but Mega's up there for him.
That was terrible weapon choice by Fazz. He probably should have... I mean, he's managed to get the frag anyway, but he might have been better served just to grab LG and rush around, because he knows that Pavel has so little health that he's not going to be able to withhold him. He might have even been able to get the red himself, but it hasn't actually mattered in the end anyway. So this is a really excellent position for Fazz to be in. I'd like to see him maybe try to deny some guns now. So maybe go to the LG, which is where he is right now anyway. So yeah, he's done quite well for himself, especially getting another frag. So he's just got to get this yellow, get to Mega, and then go from there. Try to deny as much as he possibly can gun-wise, which is, he's actually going for the yellow, which I quite like as well. Because when you're in this stack, you can't really come for the yellow. As long as he gets Mega and then gets the red here, this is great.
Yeah, Fazz is playing really well. I love his movement. I just want to re-emphasize how smooth his movement is. And he's not really making any mistakes there. He sees a rail whiffing just by him as Pavel tries to go for those long-range shots. But now, I mean, that was just taken more or less. And that's a great rail there by Fazz, just catching the pixels of Kook's feet. And he's going to pick up this next yellow as well. And just, I mean, the only issue here is that now red and Mega at the same time. But I don't know if that's some information that Kook has. So he's going to go for the red. And this could be a nice play here because Kook might not be banking on like understanding that they're both at the same time. So, but he does actually position himself on that Mega. So he does steal that away. Do you think that was some risk worth taking? Oh my goodness, the rockets coming in from Kook are pretty damn strong, leaving Fazz very low. What do you make of that situation?
Yeah, it was a nice play by Kook to get onto the Mega, and probably not that great play by Fazz to attack it anyway. Unless he was mistiming it, then it obviously wasn't bad play. It was just like a mistake. But yeah, whoever wins this fight is going to be in a good position. And actually, it was Kook who wins this. So as long as Kook can get the guns, he only needs rail. He might even get the frags. This is really excellent for him. He's in quite a strong spot now. So he'll be able to get Mega and then perhaps cut out two of the yellows. I'd attack this yellow if I was him, and he has done. It's good. Unlucky that Fazz, well, excellent rockets.
And beautiful flick
a clean frag there would indicate that Kook would be in a dominant position, but he just missed a couple of, I don't know, it wasn't overly difficult rockets, but it wasn't easy. Just needs to deny that, oh no. I don't know why he didn't sort of push in with more LG there. I mean, maybe he sort of just wanted to rail, but then he missed, so it didn't work out. Got to grab that the LG ammo and then set up for Mega, and then go to red, is what he'll probably do.
Yeah, definitely could have been a frag. It's quite strange there. But now Fazz, look at that.
Oh.
From not getting that frag, Fazz, because he still has the RG and everything, is able to go and make that frag happen, take Mega, gets the red. Now look at this, this mistake is compounding into something much bigger, much more dangerous. Fazz has got 3 frags the lead now, 4 the lead now, as he picks up another one. He's going to have himself more yellow as well. Or okay, we'll get it, but the cost is a rail, and now there's more LG, and he does get perfect rockets though. The bounce is just really phenomenal, and that's going to win him potentially this Mega. But Fazz is going to go in for it. He knows the Mega time. He knows he's low. 10 health left. 2 more machine gun bullets would have done it, but not today.
With the Mega fight there, is what he did there when he really owned Fazz for showing no respect and charging through with LG. He should have done 10 seconds before when he missed a couple of rockets, and then he would be in the same position, only be 1 frag less. So he's still in a good position here. He just needs to sort of get onto this red and then onto the Mega. I don't like Kook going back for another shot there, but it hasn't worked out. He didn't get hit, so it's okay anyway. So you go for 1 shot and now back away to Mega or yellow or something like that. He can't afford to stay around for red. So he's done the right thing and backed away.
And looks like Fazz
can't attack this. He can't attack this.
Great damage there from
nice
Kook.
Damage though.
Fazz is, I mean, this is going really back and forth as far as like what they're picking up and the damage they're dealing. But I feel like Kook is taking some crazy risks, you know, exposing himself in spots where he shouldn't be perhaps for a bit too long. And Fazz just hasn't made the shot happen yet. But here he could die. There it is. Brilliant rail there from Fazz to catch Kook there just before he picks up that red armor, and that makes the difference. Now he picks up the red armor, and now that gives him such a strong potential advantage on this Mega. And I love how Kook tried to take the fight there. That's the only place that Kook could have had a fight, and it's just unlucky for him that Fazz got the better of it. And oh my god, Kook coming in from behind there, dropping straight onto that yellow pickup at Fazz. But Fazz is still holding somewhat strong after the Mega and the red pickups. And oh my god, the rockets coming in! The double there. Not quite enough to finish off Fazz, but it might give Kook the confidence to go for more. I think that's exactly what he tries to do.
I think Fazz would have been better served there to stick with LG and just let Kook walk towards him, because he had like 40 something health or 30 health or something. That's easily enough to kill a guy with only MG, or at least get him mortally weak so that you'd be able to get this Mega. But it didn't work out for him, and now if Kook can get a frag here after picking up the Mega, so Fazz is bad, like sort of. I don't think Fazz should be trying to get this red, is what I'm trying to say. So if he goes for that, then he's probably going to die. It's okay, just go for a shot, but back off now. You can't afford to take one. I mean, he got lucky there, and he's moved.
He's just going for it.
I don't know about that, but he's hit some. That's some nice railing. That's all I'll say about that.
That's like one of those situations where it's like we were talking about before. It's like it doesn't make sense, but then you're just feeling it, so you go for it.
If you hit the shots again, quite often if you hit the shots and you think you can hit the shots, then it's not really as bad a play as what it might be if you miss. It's one of those things where when it works, it's great, and when it doesn't, it looks terrible.
Yeah. And 11-5, and Kook's calling GG. That means we have one of our, well, we have the finals now. It's me, Fazz versus Ash. So That's awesome to see. I haven't seen Fazz in the finals for quite some time, and his shape is looking better than ever, actually. I mean, okay, sure, we've seen some great results from Fazz in the past, some great, crazy comebacks and stuff, but it really feels like his shape is a bit more solid overall than it has necessarily been in the last few months. So Fazz clearly working on this. Some of his config changes definitely helping out there, and he's going to get in the finals against Ash. So this could be a really interesting finals, not one I actually expected from today's list of players, with Sparty in there, with Cooler in there, and Demon in there, and so on and so forth, and Pavel as well. So good stuff. I guess we'll go to a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we'll have this grand final set up for you. So we'll be right back.